Hey WWE Universe, so it is time for my Hell in a Cell results video. And I will also tell you, before I tell you who won and everything, who I thought would win. So first, these are in no order, so yeah, they're just not in order. But first we have Air Boom, which we all know is Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, versus Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. Now this was not on the original card. Like, I don't think this was officially announced, because I looked on WWE.com yesterday, not too long before the pay-per-view, and they were not on there. So as far as I know, they were kind of added during the show, maybe. I honestly, this was a little hard to pick. I would be happy with Evan and Kofi retaining, but I would also be happy if Dolph and Jack Swagger won. So it was like a mixed, I was happy with whoever won, honestly. I really couldn't pick. So in the end, Air Boom retained their titles. I was very happy for them. I really think Evan and Kofi are great champions, and, I think they deserve to hold it for a while because they've just really been doing a good job, and I was really happy. I was also a little sad just because I love Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. So, it was a little sad, but also, you were still happy. So, it was all in all a good match. Next we have, excuse me, Sheamus versus Christian. Now, I wanted Sheamus to win in this, and Sheamus did win. I was really happy. I love Christian, but lately he's been kind of annoying, and it's driving me nuts. And I don't think he's going to shut up anytime soon. But, I think maybe this rivalry could go on longer, and it could have the potential to be good. But I really don't think it's going to go that way, honestly. I think Christian's still going to complain that he doesn't have a title match. So I'm excited to see what's going to go on, but all in all, it was a really good match. I think they both really put everything into that match, and it was it was just really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that Sheamus won, but it was just an all-over good match. Next, we have Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly for the Divas Championship. It's freezing outside. I probably should have worn a jacket, but so yeah, if you keep seeing me do this, it's because I'm cold. So Eve was in Kelly Kelly's corner, and Natalya was in Beth Phoenix's corner. Now you guys already probably know that I really wanted Beth Phoenix to win. I really don't like Kelly Kelly. I respect her, but right now she's just annoying me, and I don't like her as champion. So it was a good match. Natalya and Eve had a little, thing outside of the ring, and then while Kelly Kelly was screaming, Beth Phoenix put her in the same move she had on Friday Night SmackDown, and, when Kelly was screaming again, and Natalya was like, "Louder, Kelly, I can't hear you." So when the ref had his back turned, Natalya hit Kelly Kelly in the head with the microphone, which was helping Beth Phoenix to pin Kelly Kelly after the Glam Slam, and Beth Phoenix is now your new Divas champion. I'm a little upset that it had to end that way. I honestly thought Beth Phoenix, being such a strong woman, I thought she's going to do it by herself. She's still a strong woman, but Natalya helped her. So I was a little disappointed that Beth Phoenix didn't win on her own. But I'm still really, really happy she's the new champion, so congratulations to her. Next, we have Sin Cara, the blue and gold one, versus Sin Cara, the black and silver one. I wanted good Sin Cara, which is black and, not black, I'm sorry. So, blue and gold. Why am I saying all these colors? I wanted good Sin Cara, original Sin Cara, to win. I really love that they gave Evil Sin Cara new music. I really thought his was good. I really liked it. It was interesting and different, and kind of made him seem like the evil bad guy, and I really liked that. It was a really good match. I expected there to be a lot of high flying, a lot of quickness, and you got just what you were expecting. You know, they were doing these moves, throwing each other off of each other, and, you know, landing, and not... I think if you had a match like this with somebody like Jack Swagger and John Cena, you wouldn't see these guys catch themselves like these guys did, and I really thought it was a good match. In the end, good Sin Cara, blue and gold Sin Cara, original Sin Cara, picked up the win, and I was really excited for that. I think we're going to see more with this, and I do hope we see more than this, with this. I think it's really has the potential to be a great rivalry. I'm just really excited to see what else will go on tonight on Raw. And it was just a really, really good match, and I really liked it a whole lot. Next. I wrote everything down, so if I keep looking, it's because I have it in my handy-dandy notebook, just so I make sure I don't forget anything to tell you guys. We have Cody Rhodes coming out at first to show everybody something special. Now, he does not like the way the current Intercontinental Championship looks like, so he brought back the old school one, the white one. Oh my god. I don't think I could have been any happier with that. I'm really excited about it. I still think, you know, the belts that they have now, I really like them. But I loved Cody bringing this back. And I was just so excited, and he said, you know, he would defend anytime, any place, anywhere, whatever. So John Laurinaitis came out to say that Triple H put Cody in a match tonight, and Cody had to defend his title against John Morrison. Now, before you guys forget, Cody was in a suit, so he wasn't prepared to compete. He, you know, it wasn't any of that. So Cody, I guess you could say Cody had a little bit of a disadvantage being in the clothes that he was in. Eventually he just got down to his dress pants and his dress shoes. But still, you know, you are at a little bit of a disadvantage because those dress pants are not going to be as easy as the trunks that he wears, and his shoes obviously are probably not easy at all. So, I was really surprised it was John Morrison, because, like, where did John Morrison even go, honestly? Cody ended up beating John Morrison to retain his Intercontinental Championship. I was so happy. I just wasn't looking forward to Jomo being a champion, honestly. Jomo is a great competitor, he is a talented guy, but I don't think he should have won, which I was glad he didn't win, you know. I just don't think I don't know how to say it, I don't see him as a champion, honestly. Maybe something like tag team, you know, but I don't know, I just didn't see him winning. So I'm really glad Cody won and retained. I'm really glad he brought back the old school title. That really made me happy. Next, we have, I'm making sure I covered everybody so far. We have Mark Henry versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship inside of a steel cage. Well, Hell in a Cell, excuse me. Did I just say steel cage? I don't know, I'm just thinking of cages, you know. Hell in a Cell, excuse me. Big, huge cage is going to kick your ass, that's what we're going to call it. Steel cage. That's terrible, I just said that. Hell in a Cell, that's the pay-per-view name, get it right. Okay, so I was a little scared to death of this match, honestly. I did not want Randy to get hurt, you know, I was just a little scared. I think it was such a good match. Obviously, you know, I'm going to say a lot of things are good because I enjoyed every match, but I was so proud of Randy. You know, Mark Henry is a huge guy, and for Randy to put up this big fight with Mark Henry and just, you know, even getting Mark Henry off his feet, you know, that's a big accomplishment right there. Randy just amazed me with everything he did last night. I was just really proud of him. It was definitely a back and forth match, you know, somebody, you know, like Mark Henry might have dominated a little bit for a while, and then Randy would just, you know, go crazy. In the end, sadly, Mark Henry retained his championship. I really wanted Randy to win. after the match and the cage, the cell, I'm sorry, the cell, I just keep wanting to say cage because it's big and scary. The cell went up, and Mark Henry grabbed a chair and put Randy's ankle in it, and I was really scared. That's a big school bus. I was really scared that Randy was going to have to be out of action for a while, because if you didn't see on WWE.com, that the Great Khali is injured from what happened. So, you know, I was really afraid with Randy with his foot that way. I was like, oh my god, something's going to happen, and he's going to be out, and I was just scared. So, I just talked really fast. So, Randy, right before Mark Henry jumped on top, realized what was going on, and he moved out of the way. He got the chair off of him and started beating Mark Henry with it. And just, I mean, beat him up the ramp. And it was just it was a good way to end, because I think Randy deserved to kind of show, look, just because I lost doesn't mean I'm not dominant. And, you know, I really think Randy's going to get another title shot. I really do. And, you know, I'm looking forward to that. So, all in all, it was a really good match. And last but not least, we have Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. I was so excited for this match. I mean, just, like, excited. I was way too excited. I was way, way, way too excited. I went kind of crazy. But that's okay. I have something in my eye. So, it started off really good. CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio went after each other and just kind of left John Cena there for a minute. But it was very... You know, you really had to watch, because something would happen, and, you know, every once in a while, like, CM Punk got kind of hurt, and so John Cena and Alberto would go back and forth, and then John Cena got kind of laid to the side for a little bit, and so, you know, it was just back and forth, and you really had to watch what was going on just to take everything in. It was crazy. You know, having 3 people in the ring is just really... crazy. CM Punk even went through a table. That was totally crazy. I was like, ow, 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 ow. Then, okay, this is the part that I really got angry at. And I'll also explain why this made me extra angry later on. So, you guys know that the cage, the cell, why do I keep saying cage? Cell, is locked, so you can't get out. Well, Ricardo Rodriguez, which most of you probably hopefully know, that is Alberto's little boyfriend, or little, excuse me, announcer. He opened the door, and, you know, Alberto was beating on Cena, and Cena eventually got thrown out of the cage, and Alberto put it so that, it was locked, so only somebody inside of the cage could open it, and he also brought the little cutter things. He brought that inside. So John Cena really had no way. For a while, John Cena was just kind of laying there, and I don't think he really knew exactly where he was at until he fully woke up and kind of, you know, got back into his head that, you know, he was supposed to be in the cage and not outside. Then, John just could not get back inside. There wasn't a key. He didn't have the cutters because Alberto had them and used them on CM Punk. John Cena put his arm through, and, you know, this man has a humongous arm. He put his arm through and tried to break the chain. He tried as much as he could. But sadly, in the end, Alberto Del Rio is the new WWE Champion. I was not happy about that at all. I was really, really mad, because I could understand. Okay, I don't want John Cena to lose a title, but I know he has to eventually. But I don't understand why they had to do it that way. Why did they have to lock John Cena out of the cell so he couldn't defend his title? I don't like that at all. So I'll get to why it made me even angrier. The cage started lifting up, and John Cena got back in, and then R-Truth and Miz, who we had seen later in the night, you know, that they had bought tickets and John Laurinaitis didn't want them there, and then they beat up Air Boom later in the show. They came in and were beating up on everybody. Then the cage went back down and nobody could get in because still the chain with the lock was in, so only somebody inside could open it, and that is where all the stuff to open it was still inside. So Triple H and pretty much every WWE anything, like, you know, security, they had cops there, they had the wrestlers, they were all trying to get inside, and, you know, honestly, they couldn't do it. So then eventually they got a guy with a cutter, and I was like, why couldn't you have done that when John Cena needed to get back inside to defend his title? That made me really angry. I was like, why couldn't you have used that for John Cena to have a fair shot? But we can't have everything we want. So then, the cops when the cops finally got inside the cage, and some cops also had to restrain Triple H to not get in the cage and kill people, Miz and R-Truth surrendered, and the cops handcuffed them and were taking them out of the cage, and they were going to go to the back, and Triple H attacked them, and it was totally crazy. It was really crazy. I was lost. I was like, what is all this going on? I was still completely pissed and, like, upset about John's match, and then I had to take all this in. I was like, what is going on? So it was totally insane. I guess I like that. Oh, and if I didn't say this before, I wanted John Cena to retain, obviously, but Alberto's the champion, but I mean, I'm sure you guys already knew that. This pay-per-view was great, but then it had some areas that I was like, so overall, you know, I think it was really good, and I was really happy with how most of the things turned out, and I'm excited to see what happens on Raw tonight, because I think it's probably going to be totally crazy. So, yeah. I will also be getting a WWE shop haul up. I got some things, and just if anybody's interested in you know, let you know how the quality and how it feels and all. So, you know, I'll have that up tomorrow with my Raw review. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoy the pay-per-view, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.